Listen.
Yeah. Esau is basically saying that he can run the earth better than
the Most High.
Yeah, better than the Most High.
Yep. Because you look on the left-hand side, he's ultimately doing what the Most High is going to do in righteousness. He's trying to do it with wickedness, artificial intelligence, right? Which intelligence itself, when you look up the word intelligence, right, it goes back to the ability to comprehend truth. It basically goes back to it says the highest faculty of the mind. That's what intelligence is, the highest faculty of the mind. So he wants an artificial simulation of the highest faculty of the mind. The highest faculty of the mind is the Most High.
Yeah. He thinks by collecting all this data on the earth, he's going to be able to program it into a supercomputer.
That's
and
it.
fulfill that.
Yep. So he can know the intents and discern your thoughts, because with that mid-chip imp, he can do that.
Yep. Which he already has certain levels of technology. You know, I know for me, you know, sometimes I be thinking about something, I'll look up a movie. As soon as I type in 2 words,
it can pop right up.
The movie pop up. I'll be like, damn.
What the fuck you know my thoughts?
I was like, how does my phone know what the fuck I'm about to type in?
You go on Google on your phone and you talking about buying something or looking for something. Like you said, the first 2 letters, it pop right up.
Yeah.
This is Revelation chapter 12, and I'm going to read the bottom of verse 10, and then go to 11. It says, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night.
Yep.
And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
And we overcame him. This is how we're going to overcome him, right? Which the blood ties directly into the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, giving us this understanding, right? Because the blood is what unlocked the seals of this book. When they say this book is sealed, it means the understanding of it is sealed. Right. It's specially designed to be in a code, and it can only be unlocked. The code can only be unlocked by the minds of those who have the Holy Spirit, aka the elect. Go ahead, bro.
And it reads, and by the word of their testimony, and they love not their lives unto the death.
Go ahead.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
See us standing out here right now prophesying against this man and his kingdom. This was the beginning of him coming to the realization, damn, I don't got long before they figure me out.
Yeah.
I got to execute this fucking New World Order agenda. Because you really look at the time where they was really harping out on this New World Order. You think about the times of Nixon and Reagan. You know, like during the time really when this word hit the streets back in 1969, 1970, those presidents was constantly harping on a New World Order, a New World Order, a New World Order, you know?
Yeah, Nixon was the president that said, might be Reagan, if there was ever an alien attack.
Yeah, that was Reagan.
Yeah.
Yep.
If there's ever, it would now be all come together.
Yep.
You know, under one banner to fight against this common enemy.
Yep.
You know, so they were already talking about it, and now fast forward to 2024, you have the WEF,
yeah,
right? You have the WHO,
yeah,
right? You have these entities in the earth with much power and much influence,
globalists,
which are acting really as the representations of the modern citizen.
Yep.
So they have already are there.
Yeah. On top of that, as they were speaking in code, then you know all this pillow talk of UFOs and like they didn't know, but now they've come to the time now where they're admitting that these so-called UFOs or UAPs, what they call them also, are the angels of the Most High. They've coming to admit that. Yeah. So that's why you see them having their military space force exhibition, you know, because now they're at the point now where they have to expose themselves, really, expose their own lives.
they own, it's good to say their own tongue should fall upon them.
Yeah.
Man. And we would say, time is speeding up. Your man just died, so they really need to hurry the fuck up with their agenda, man.
You know, it comes a time where you go on with a lie so long that it doesn't benefit you more it doesn't benefit you anymore to keep that lie going. It actually benefits you more to now tell the truth, if not all of it, some of it. Because in Esau's mind, he's like, damn, if I start telling them some of the things I've been keeping from them, maybe now I can do something with these recruiting numbers. Maybe now I can do something about the lack of enforcement that I have, you know?
Yeah, because that man, Lord, what's his name? Lord Jacob?
Yeah, Rothschild.
Yeah, he just...
Mr. Burns.
So like, yeah, that man just died, man. So they gotta speed it up, you know? Go ahead, Al.
Go ahead.
This is our second Ezra, 15.
Start at 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right, the hurtful works are fulfilled. So we're coming into the time now where Esau, he's reached the peak of his wickedness. He's reached the height of his wicked campaign.
Hurt.
He's hurt. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, they hit him right there in the rib. Hey, that's the Hebrews 4:12, man. You know, Esau comes up looking at the signs. He started down there, you know, Esau going to captivity.
Yeah.
I guess he seen, you know.
He saw something down there that hit his spirit, didn't it?
Yeah.
American and chip. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
It says, therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more, as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit.
Yep.
Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Yeah, the Lord said he ain't putting up with your shit no more, Edom. Yep. Go ahead.
Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Let's go to Habakkuk 2 and 4. It said the souls of the just complain continually. And that's a very small number. The just is a small number compared to the total inhabitants of the earth. The total capacity of the earth, which is about 8 billion. Man, the just is a very, very small fraction of that. Habakkuk 2 and 4.
Come, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4.
Start at 3.
Come, starting at verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Right, so this is the vision being spoken through the mouth of the prophets.
Yeah. Let me chime in. And then what? After 3 days and a half, the spirit of life will enter into them, and we will stand upon our feet, and great fear will fall upon our enemies.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Kind of that spirit.
Go ahead.
Yep, finishing up. And it says in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3, for the vision is yet set for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Let's give me the NLT in there.
All right.
And then we're going to we're going to pick up that same verse you just read. That was verse 4. Read verse 4 and 5 in the NLT. Another brother give me Proverbs 27 and 20 when you finish verse 5. Yeah.
Come, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3 in the NLT.
4. Just pick up from 4 in the NLT.
Okay, 4. Come, it says, look at the proud. They trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked. But
the proud, they trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked. Go ahead.
And it says, but the righteous will live by their faithfulness.
Righteous will live by their faithfulness, because you didn't give us nothing else to live with. You didn't give us shit. You didn't give us no resources. Everything we tried to build as a people, from Rosewood to Black Wall Street, you know. When you said go this way and do your own thing, we did it. You ain't like done it. You took it from us and said, nah, this is the way I want you to do it, but still go that way. So we don't got nothing to live by but faith, because everything that we so-called have in this world it's really not ours. We don't own anything.
Yep.
You're 2 weeks away. You're 2 bad weeks away from losing everything.
From losing everything.
You said one paycheck.
One paycheck from being under the viaduct.
Yeah.
They get paid.
You know, one paycheck from being under the viaduct. You know, and then whatever you say, they say you own. You got a piece of paper on it, but they still taxing you on it.
Yep.
Yeah, you just renting. You just renting. I don't care if you got a deed to your car. I don't care if you got a deed to your house. I don't care what property you got. You got a piece of paper that say you own it, but don't pay the taxes on it.
Property tax.
I always say this. You one letter away from ownership.
Ownership.
You one letter away from ownership. Change the N to an E. That's how quick you can go from owning to owing.
Yep.
You don't own shit. Go ahead, bro.
Con, I'm gonna start it over for you. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4 in the NLT. It says, "Look at the proud; they trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked. But the righteous will live by their faithfulness to the Most High."
Yep, we gonna live by our faithfulness to your heart, by Shimmy Hawashai.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, that's where the true riches, right? And that's where the true peace, the only way you're going to find peace on this earth is by your faithfulness to the Heavenly Father and the Son.
Yep.
Y'all got it?
And it says in verse 5 in the NLT, it says wealth is treacherous, and it says, and the arrogant are never at rest.
Wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. As you look at the elites, right? He just spoke of one of them that just dropped dead, you know, Mr. Burns, right? When you look at the wealth that they have, you can't really even count it. Like the real wealthy people, you don't see on the Forbes list. You don't see on what they call them, the moguls, you know, their riches are not spoken of. You know, and it's a joke that one of these comedians was telling Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle was telling the joke about Kanye, and he said he met Kanye for the first time, or at some point, I don't know if it was the first time, but the joke was that Kanye said millionaires wear their money on their chest. He was talking about his chain. He said billionaires don't do that. He said so he took this shit in. And then, you know, this recent thing where the elites took all Kanye money, he lost a whole lot of money. He said, hey, Kanye, time to pull that chain back out. So it's just how easy it is for you to go from one status to another. Right, okay, you a billionaire today, but the elites in a twinkling of an eye. Just think about the cell phone hyper, what they call it, hack or cyber attack. You know what I'm saying? That just happened, what, last week before last? You think they can't do that to your bank account? You think they can't, you know, they can freeze your assets, they can take all your money, can go from $1 billion to $1 in 60 seconds.
Because you really don't, like brother's going into, you don't own anything. Because true money is resources.
Yep.
True money is,
Yep.
I'm going to read this quick precept.
Come on.
This is Genesis chapter 13 and 2. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold.
Yep, that's it.
So it's tangible things that you can hold that are the true riches of this world.
Yep.
You know, Esau's weaponry, he looks at that as his part of his blessing of riches that keeps him in that, you know, in that way. But that's why this knowledge in the spirit of Yahweh by Shema Shai is, you can't buy it with money. Right. You had that one man who went up to Paul and Peter. He's like, well, I want to buy what you have. Yeah. And he said, oh, you can't buy this with silver and gold. That's why what we have trumps Esau, Edom's blessing, and all that these elites have.
And that's why the true #1 resource on the planet is people, right? Because things that reproduce themselves are the things that truly give you substance. Like, cause so people, we reproduce ourselves. Cattle, it reproduces itself. Gold, silver, it constantly reproduces itself. A car is not a fucking resource, you know? That shit's not, I mean, it's good for what it needs to get done, but shit, we've been better off with horses. You think about it, you bought your 2 horses, a male and a female, it's gonna outlast the longevity of that fucking car.
You ain't gonna be less accidents.
You ain't gonna have to put no gas in it and eat grass. You know? So this so-called artificial intelligent way of life is bullshit.
Yeah. They talking about they want to be eco-friendly. Go back to the horses then, man.
Yeah.
You know? I got a precept. This is, I can grab it.
Go ahead.
This is James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich man, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, your garments moth-eaten.
Because he's gotten all his riches through deception.
Yup.
You know, you had that movie, they cloned Tyrone, you know, brothers are going into, they cloned everybody.
It's a Rock 10, one of you brothers got it out. It's a Rock 10 real quick, one of you brothers.
They've cloned everybody. There's and everyone has, and it's just, he's cloned and programmed them to forward his kingdom. That's why I went to the example last week, Monday through Friday, from you were a child up. You know, first 18 years of your life, you woke up and went to school every day.
Yeah.
So that way, no matter what, you'll be programmed to work in his workforce.
That's it. They're programming, they're training up workers. That's why, man, this man give you anything for free, you best believe it's a real sadistic ass plan behind it.
It's a catch.
It's a catch to that shit.
Selling your soul.
I'm like, how the fuck I go to school all these years for free, but now I gotta pay you $100,000 to go to college?
Yeah.
For 4 years. You gave me a free education for 13, but for 4 I gotta pay you $100,000 or more. And that's so you can stamp me with a status that says, well, I can perform this or I can do that. When half the damn curriculums in college, all you need is a goddamn, you barely need a high school education to really perform the task unless you're going to be a doctor or a fucking lawyer or a surgeon or an engineer. You wasting your fucking time.
Like, that's why it's like, sometimes they be like, you overqualified.
Yeah.
I wasted 8 years just been told I'm overqualified.
I'm overqualified.
Yo, that's why degree means downgrade,
That
man.
means downgrade.
Even the president, what's his name, Theodore Roosevelt, he said, a thorough understanding of the Bible is better than a college education, man.
Yep.
Because, what, when the UN troops come, you ain't gonna show them, look, I got my bachelor's degree. No, you gonna, hey, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is gonna be the stability at that time.
And when you come to the understanding of why, really, the Bible builds principles and morals, and the most successful business that's really going to ever be ran is one that's built upon righteous principles and morals. Because you're going to be more concerned with the morale of your workers. You know what I'm saying? That's why we had things called a sabbatical. That's why really when we was, when Israel was in positions where we had ability to have slaves, employees, right? The whole thing was that they were laws on how to handle your slaves, and you wasn't really getting a slave just so he could be your fucking slave forever. You was giving him the ability to establish his own independency.
So he can come up.
So he can come up and have his own. That's nation building. Yeah, the United States ain't a fucking nation. They're not building, this is a consumer fucking nation.
Yep.
They building slaves, like the brother said, they training you to be a fucking slave. We talking about the earth overpopulated. Remember we was riding back from Atlanta, we was coming down. It's like, damn, if you go through down 78, down 22, man, it ain't shit but land. The fuck you mean the earth overpopulated?
And that's why people bug out of their mind. They need space, man.
Man, you got trees, Salakia, you got trees that live 5,000 years. 5,000 years. But the earth overpopulated. Men ain't living about 70, 80 years. The trees live 5,000. But the earth overpopulated? Come on, man. That's that wine that he transgresses by. Let's go back there. And then I need to get that. If you're not finished, go back to that Habakkuk 2 in NLT.
Verse 5.
And read it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Con, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5 in the NLT. It says wealth is treacherous and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths. It says they open their mouths as wide as the grave.
Yeah. More. Open their mouths as wide as the grave. Damn. Go ahead.